I want to call everything into question, including what I'm telling you. Only then do we really start to get down to it, you know? And there's a real human maturity it takes till we're really ready to get down to it, to really stop this whole airy, fluffy thing of just settling for beliefs and opinions and imagination, and we really get down to it. And when we really get down to it, we start to be confronted over and over and over and over and over and over that these things, these discrete things that we believe in, starting with ourselves, we actually can't find. And yet we're left with paradoxes, because all concepts, if you push them far enough, will push you into a paradox or a contradiction. So if you push this far, not far enough, but quite a ways along, what you end up with is I can't really find this thing called me in a really precise, exact way. But here I am, whatever I am, noticing that I can't find myself. Now, what's more of a contradiction or a paradox than that? I can't find exactly what I am, but here I am finding that I can't find what I am. See, so whenever you look into this, because this is the nature of illusion, when you push illusion, really push on it, lean on it hard, it will reveal its contradiction. It has a contradiction because it's not true. Well, do I exist or not exist? Why do you think you have to think in those categories? Why do you think those categories have anything to do with reality whatsoever? And so the whole idea of all this is it pushes anything we really look at deeply. If you look at it deep enough, you will discover its contradiction. Any concept will reveal its contradiction. And you'll be left where very few people want to be left, which is you'll be just left in a kind of a great big question mark. And your tendency will be very great to look for a new idea. You see what I mean? A new idea that if you assume it and then later look into it really deeply and precisely and push it to its limit, you will also find its contradiction, you see. There's such a great tendency to reach for the next idea, the next roadmap. It's like being really hungry, and because you can't find food, you just start eating the menu. Or you just start devouring the map. Hey, well, that map didn't get me anywhere. Give me another map. And the funny thing is, when you really push any idea far enough, it ends up in contradiction or in paradox. And then if you can sustain contradiction and paradox, it will bring its own kind of quiet, because your mind has no idea what to do with it. In essence, if you push it far enough, it stops the conceptual mind, if only for a moment. And reality only needs a moment where the whole mechanism stops, just for a moment. We might feel like it's really quiet, but that doesn't mean it's actually stopped. Because it can still be going on subterraneanly, just going away, going on and on. But if it stops for even a second or a half of a second, in that split second, then we will see reality. We will see it. We will see something that we'll never be able to conceive of turn into an idea. And when we see it, we'll kind of slap ourselves in the head as if, how could I have ever not seen this? This is the most obvious thing there ever was in all the world. This was the only thing that was completely and absolutely obvious. This was the only thing that I didn't have to believe in and have it still exist. That it didn't matter if I believed in it or not. This is the one and only thing that's right in front of my eyes, has been in front of my eyes for every second of my life, with every single breath I've ever taken. It couldn't have been more obvious. How in the hell did I miss it? And the only answer you'll ever have to that question is because I conceive the world as other than the way it is. I conceive myself as other than I am. Mostly because I was terrified of the world, of everything as it actually is, because it's so unimaginably different than I thought it was. Even though everything looks exactly the same. That's why it's been said that enlightenment is simply seeing things the way they are. There's really nothing unusual about it. It is to actually not go into an altered state of consciousness, but it's actually to come out of an altered state of consciousness.